From Pain to Purpose, Part 1. Welcome to Be Fab, Be You Made Simple, your daily dose of inspiration designed to help you reinvent yourself by optimizing your body and mind. I am Maria Horstman, a health editor and coach, a fitness trainer, a speaker, and an entrepreneur, founder of BeFabBeYou.com. Our episodes are short and will bring you valuable content and practical nuggets for optimal health and fitness that you can implement ASAP. Let's get you to feel fabulous every day. Are you ready? Check out the show notes to 1, schedule a free call with me to discuss a plan to take your health to the next level. 2, submit a question to be featured in our Ask Me Anything episodes on Sundays. Connect with me on social media and much more. Hit the subscribe button, and if you like what you hear, share with your friends and leave it a rating. From Pain to Purpose, Part 1. Hello. I hope you've been kicking tails. I'm excited to share this content with you today. It is valuable, intriguing, and very powerful. It has really the ability to ignite tremendous change in your life. And I'm breaking down the information into bite-sized pieces so your brain actually can digest it and get ready to receive the next bunch next time. So in the last few episodes, I shared some information about the role of perceptions and how they play with our belief system, reactions, habits, and health overall. In today's episode, I will bring the ACE study to the convo. ACE, just ACE, stands for Adverse Childhood Experiences. This is another amazing tool targeted to increase awareness about the possible relationship between toxic stress and increased risk of health consequences. Are you ready? There is a thing called neuroplasticity. It is the brain's capacity to continue growing and evolving in response of life experiences. Plasticity is the capacity to be shaped, molded, or altered. And neuroplasticity then is the ability for the brain to adapt or change over time by creating new neurons and building new networks. Amazing, isn't it? In summary, it says that we are not doomed to living an awful life, even though our past adverse experiences may say so. This is an important concept for you to keep in mind as you listen up to today. Before I tell you more about the ACE study, let me ask a few questions. So, have you or someone you know been a chronic yo-yo dieter? Kind of lose a big chunk of weight, which is a great accomplishment. And then most of it, if not more, come back later. Or do you feel depressed often? Do you feel like you have thoughts of suicide? Those thoughts that are associated with emotional pain or due to hard current experiences or even future ones that you expect to happen. All happen in the brain over here, and the fear comes up, and you don't have escape. Have you experienced emphysema and chronic bronchitis most of your life? Or have you realized that your desire to drink alcohol, it is so strong or even uncontrollable at times? You find yourself having 1 or 3 drinks daily or multiple times weekly. And here's the thing. You've been experiencing these symptoms or having these habits and behaviors, and you felt like your emotions mirror the features of a roller coaster ride. Have you thought about that, or have you felt like that? Look, I like roller coasters. And I am a bit of adrenaline junkie. However, I do not like or want to experience the ups and downs of a roller coaster in my life. Unfortunately, we're not immune to this. It's not. It's kind of easy actually to self-blame, to have some self-guilt, and even self-anger when it comes to this stuff in life that happens. And when we get to release this stuff, that's when we are able to move forward. So although you're going to hear me say multiple times, that life is more about managing our attitude and reaction to events daily. And there are times, though, that is pretty hard to keep it all together, right? We try multiple strategies, but don't seem to move forward with peace. We feel kind of stuck. And if you've never felt this way, congratulations. Look, I would love to learn more about you and what makes you. I'm serious. I want to talk to you. So reach out to me, please. And if you have felt this way before, welcome to the club. And I want to also talk to you because I understand you, and it is likely I can help you take productive steps to move forward. So I personally want to know why to most things. And that's because I want to release this pain so I continue to live my purpose. I consider this thing the breeze, and I'm fascinated about, what goes into my mind, how I feel, and actually going after it to kind of, remove it out of my way. It is not easy work, but I know that you want to do this as well. I mean, at least I know that you don't want to feel like there is a block in front of you that you cannot move forward. So anyway, what is this ACE study? Great question, my friend. So this study was a joint between Kaiser Permanente and the CDC. And after studying thousands of people, they come up with 10 questions. They measure these questions, they measure types of childhood adversity experienced before we turn 18 years old. And they include physical, sexual, and verbal abuse and experiences that are adverse. It also includes neglect and types of family dysfunction. So the potentially traumatic experiences that we experience before we turn 18, they have been associated with chronic health problems, mental illness, and substance use problems in adulthood. It can carry for decades. So ACEs can also negatively impact education, job opportunities, and even earning potential. So we often say that what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, right? How many times have you heard about it or even said this to somebody else? Countless times. So the thing is that the science is telling us a different story. So are you ready to get to answer these 10 easy questions? So here we go. First is for each yes answer, add 1. There's going to be 10. You can do this in your hand if you like, or a piece of paper. If you're driving, maybe you want to leave it for later, come back to it, and so on. So a total number at the end is your cumulative number of ACEs. So again, all these answers got to be related to your experiences before you turn 18 years old, okay? So there you go. Number 1, question 1. Did a parent or other adult in your household often or very often swear at you, insult you, put you down, or humiliated you? Or act in a way that made you afraid that you might be physically hurt? Question number 2. Did a parent or other adult in your household often or very often push, grab, slap, or throw something at you? Or ever hit you so hard that you had marks or were injured? Number 3, did an adult or person at least 5 years older than you were ever touch or fondle you, or have you touch their body in a sexual way, or attempt or actually have oral, anal, or vaginal intercourse with you? Again, all this before the age of 18. Number 4, did you often or very often felt that no one in your family loved you or thought you were important or special, or your family didn't look out for each other, feel close to each other, or supported each other? Number 5, did you often or very often felt that you didn't have enough to eat, had to wear dirty clothes, or had no one to protect you, or your parents were too drunk or high to take care of you or take you to the doctor if you need it? Number 6, were your parents ever separated or divorced? Number 7, was your mother or stepmother often or very often pushed, grabbed, slapped, or had something thrown at her? Now it's at her and you witnessed. Or sometimes, often, or very often kicked, bitten, hit with a fist, or hit with something hard, or ever repeatedly hit at least a few minutes, or threatened with a gun or knife. Man, that's tough, right? Number 8, did you live with someone who was a problem drinker or alcoholic, or who used street drugs? Number 9, was a household member depressed or mentally ill, or did a household member attempt suicide? Last question here, number 10, did a household member go into prison? So again, your score is a total number of questions you marked with a yes. How did you do? Did you have a 1, a 4, a 6, perhaps none? More than 60% of Americans have a score of 1 or more. Higher the score, higher the risk of diseases and other imbalances. So becoming more familiar with this study gives you the tool to transform yourself, be a resource for others, and learn strategies to help you prevent it in your own family or in your community. By the way, this ACE study questionnaire, you can find these questions online as well. So just Google ACE study questionnaire. Next episode, I will discuss how our ACEs impact our health and wellness. I'll even share my score and things that I have done and continue to do to keep moving this pain and obstacles out of my way so I live my purpose. Look, if I can do it, you can do as well. And I'm here to help you. When you're ready to rock and roll, schedule a complimentary call with me at BFABU. We'll chat about this and much more so you can live your best life. So thanks for listening, for sharing this episode with your friends and family, and also for leaving us a rating and giving us some feedback. So when you do that, more awesome people get access to this information. It helps, the podcast helps me out too, and I appreciate you doing so. So make it a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to the BFABU Made Simple podcast. Can you do me a favor? If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend and leave it a rating. It helps the podcast, and I really appreciate it. If you're wondering where to start, head over to my website, linked in the show notes, to sign up to receive encouragement, tips, and strategies to maximize results. While you're there, download a free health guide to get you started today. If you're looking for a coach and trainer to help you optimize your weight, body, and health, get on my calendar. Let's discuss your goals, establish a custom plan, implement it, and celebrate your results. Together, we can do this. Find the link to schedule a free energy audit strategy session also in the show notes. Connect with me on social media. I would love for you to let me know that you're listening to the show. Also, see the show notes for the links. In addition to a qualified healthcare practitioner, it's important that you have someone in your corner who is in for you and will help you to plan and stay on track implementing your goals. Are you ready? Let's rock and roll this boat. I will see you on the next episode of BFAB BU Made Simple. Just a reminder that this podcast is for educational purposes only. This podcast is not a substitute for health care by a doctor or other qualified medical professionals. This podcast is provided on the understanding that it does not constitute medical or other professional advice or services.